Welcome back to Nightchild Reviews, and today we look at the final disc of the new 1999 Deluxe package, which is a live DVD performance from the 1999 tour. Filmed at the Summit in Houston, Texas on the 29th of December 1982, this show was a couple of months into the elaborate tour which placed Prince firmly on the world stage. Let's dive right in. There are a few points to be made before we look at the actual performance. Firstly, when you enter the disc, it is a very basic presentation of the show, in that there are no chapter titles or options, and the disc simply starts, although my media player did sort it into chapters rather helpfully. I do also feel it's a bit of a shame that the earlier sets from Vanity 6 and The Time are not included, as it gives you a much better idea of what the people who attended the concert would have experienced at the time. Those sets were relatively short and would easily fit onto the disc. If you added chapters to the DVD, you could also simply choose the set you wish to view. The other main point is regarding the visual quality of the show. Now, it's very important to note that this show was shot on video in the early 80s. It is very easy to take for granted the huge advancement of technology nowadays with HD, 4K and ultra crystal clear pictures, and not realise just how much these are developed over a relatively short period of time. The estate have clearly done what they could reasonably manage with the picture quality, and at times it is very, very good, and at other times not so good. A large part of the show is very dark in visual representation, but this is also in part to how the show was lit originally. I think it's important to accept it as a document of the time and simply lose yourself in Prince's mesmerising performance. Could more have been done with this DVD? Well, possibly yes, but it is practically a crime at how little of Prince's live performances have been officially released, so I welcome it open-heartedly and can only salivate at the performances that may still yet emerge. This just under 70-minute concert opens with the now iconic "Don't worry, I won't hurt you, I only want you to have some fun," and a thunderstorm effect leading to a pulsing, stabbing drum beat into the opening chords of Controversy. A backdrop blind lowers into position and Prince's silhouette suddenly appears, shouting, "Houston!" The band are positioned below him and are bursting with energy. Prince demands that the purple politicians sing it. It is interesting to note that throughout this time Prince is still not clearly lit, adding to the excitement of the reveal. The light display and recording does suffer from some strobing during this section. Prince's screams are simply too cool for school, and as the song ramps up, Prince leads into "Let's Work." This is where the full lights come up and Prince is revealed in his iconic purple trench coat. Prince wishes everyone a Merry Christmas just a few days late. Prince, bursting with almost limitless energy, spins down the fireman's pole to the lower level of the stage and skips down again to the front and centre. It's actually fascinating to see that many of the dance steps he would perform here, he performed well into the 2010s, especially here in Let's Work. Prince's jumping splits move here is ridiculously good. The guy was gravity defying. Prince then breaks down into his "Work It" section, and his smirks and smiles are pure gold. Prince adds a few lines to the mix as well. "I work your head, I'll work your feet. I work you baby till you're soft and wet. My dick and bubblegum is all you get." Time to slow down the pace now, and Prince jettisons the overcoat and gets seductive. It is also worth noting that Little Red Corvette was left out of this show, which is an interesting decision for Prince. Here Prince struts and strides the stage like a veteran superstar. Easy to forget that he's still in his early 20s. The vocals here are so powerfully resonant, and the bass hook makes the song. Prince then hits a falsetto that is simply unbelievable. He thrusts, turns and grinds. He truly was at this point an unstoppable force destined for stardom. Prince skates across the stage and jumps on risers, all whilst hitting those crazily high and otherworldly notes, and at one point throws down his microphone and launches himself onto a speaker. Now it's time to have some funky fun with dance, music, sex, romance, and Prince grabs his Hona to jam. Prince is clearly in his element here, and you just get drawn into his world so quickly. The joy is clear to see. There is a breakdown with the screams of "Somebody call the police," leading to a brown-marked flourish. Prince then teases, "All the white people clap your hands on the floor now," and toys with the crowd a little. Lisa's keyboard interlude brings a real change to the concert with an atmospheric effect, overlaid, organ-driven, almost classical piece. It's a piece that feels very Purple Rain era and is entrancing and reflective, melancholic and disturbing. The picture here almost enters a psychedelic feel as Lisa is applauded by the crowd, and then Prince enters the fray. Prince creates seemingly at will a majestic little display of his talents, running up and down the keys and creating a rousing, thumping, stabbing, rock-along rhythm, and then leads directly into How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore. The crowd go wild as they hear the opening few chords to this cherished B-side. Prince's performance here is sublime. His vocals are as good as the released version. It's a testament to his raw talent that he creates a different but equally as impressive performance here. There is a part where Prince breaks away after a striking falsetto, and this section is something that would appear later in Purple Rain shows, noticeably during the famous God section on that tour. Those falsettos, I could talk about them all day, just unmatched by anyone, ever. Prince pounds the piano case like a drum, and then in a whispering, panting voice resumes the track. Have you got another man? If not, you better find one, 'cause I got another woman, and she treats this body right. You know why? 'Cause she's a nurse. How come you don't call me? Did you forget to pay the bill? Prince has the entire arena in the palm of his hand at this point. The band are essentially the pulse of this song, with a light falsetto backing pulse of vocal around which Prince creates his mastery. Prince then describes trying to make love to another woman, but screaming out the wrong name. Prince declares, "We don't even have to get in bed, we can do it on the floor," and the crowd just erupts. In a clever little segue, Prince jokes, "I gotta get out of here. You ain't gonna call. Taxi?" Straight into Lady Cab Driver. Lady Cab Driver takes on a much more energetic and rocking feel here. At first the vocals are a little lost in the mix. Des has also decided it's time to get shirtless. Dr. Fink provides the classic keyboard runs and makes everything just look effortless, while Des again provides a superb guitar solo, reminding you, if you needed reminding, just how talented this guy is. He even pulls a few notes with his teeth, a la Hendrix. Bathed in a purple light, Automatic springs into gear. It is interesting to see how when the lights flashed, how the group is largely boxed in on the stage in their relative positions. You also realise now that Jill is essentially in her underwear and little else. Prince whips up the crowd and asks if they want him to dance, and he goes wild with spins, splits and little red Corvette moves. Prince then jumps up several rises and controls the band to a climactic explosion, which leaves even Des floored. For any other artist, that would be the show closer. By far the longest track of the night, International Lover declares it's time to fasten your seatbelt and prepare for takeoff. Dry ice floods onto the stage, and this really feels like a video shooting. Prince is back in his trench coat and he's never sounded better. It's natural, flowing, erotically charged and humorous. Prince revels in his role as your pilot Prince. He teases out this track and at one point heads to the top of the stage, and a bed rises out of the stage and Prince strips down and even manages to swing a few times on the fireman's pole. Okay, I could have worded that a little better perhaps. Prince then proceeds to introduce himself to the bed and the plane lands, metaphorically speaking. Welcome to satisfaction. Immediately the band launches into 1999 and it's clear the crowd go utterly crazy for this one. Jill and Lisa kick off proceedings, followed by Des, whilst Prince casually slides down to the stage. This is very close to the music video and there's a genuine spirit to the whole performance of this track. The party in the face of the apocalypse has never sounded better, and Prince dances in formation with Des and Brown Mark in a great moment. Des then takes up a position high on the stage and plays a guitar behind his own back. This is a track that just never ages, and the tension and philosophy that sit beneath this is as relevant as ever. Enjoy life now, party and ultimately love, for in the face of it all, hedonism may be the only thing that truly makes any kind of sense. A seemingly strange choice to end the set with, Prince and the band re-emerge with Prince shirtless, with headdress and a certain gleam in his eye. Jill and Lisa are perfect in this counterpoint with their role as the innocent bride Prince meets on her way to be wed. Prince gets very intimate with his guitar and licks the stem in a way that is hard to describe in polite company. Dr. Fink's solo is obviously superb, bouncing along the keys like a deranged surgeon. Prince also gives Brown Mark his turn in the spotlight for some fast and oh so funky bass work. Prince also includes a few lines from Sexuality towards the end of the song, before the ominous closing voice of the 1999 intro interjects once more and Prince leads the band from the stage. In conclusion, the concert itself makes up for the somewhat minimalistic presentation on the DVD, and nothing can stop Prince and the band at this time and in this kind of mood. The extraordinary drive, determination, passion and high-level musicianship is a true sight to behold. Turn it up, relax and before long you'll be utterly drawn into this mesmerising concert. It really feels like being back there at the time and witnessing the ascent of the genius of Prince's creations. I would also like to very quickly end by saying a huge thank you to everyone who has watched these videos. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it and how much it means to me. I will hopefully see you all soon. Thank you.